Hey there, friends. This is Kristen Fagan with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. Hope you are doing well out there today. Hi, Gail. You are always the first one here. You are ready and waiting 2 minutes before. I love it. Great to see you. Let me just adjust that. So today we're going to be talking about Czech Glass beads, and I feel like I have a Czech Glass extravaganza, a Czech Glass palooza going on my beading table here as I was pulling out designs that we've done with some of the beads that we've got online for sale right now. So as of tomorrow, so you can save 20% off our entire Czech Glass beads category. That includes all of our new Czech Glass bead buttons. And we loaded up a bunch of Czech Glass beads last Wednesday. So all of those are included as well. 20% off over at softluxcompany.com until tomorrow, August 24th at midnight Pacific time. Hey everyone. Hope some of you got a chance to shop our latest live sale. It ended yesterday, and it was a great one from Mike Sherman's private collection. If you missed it, we will catch you on the next one, which is about 3 weeks from now. Maybe we can get that date and share it with you during the video at some point so that we can mark your calendars and be ready for our next live bead sale over on Facebook. Hey, hi Debbie and Maria. Barbara, great to see you. Rosalinda, Lydia, and Paula too. Hi Becky. So yeah, we're gonna make a fun little pendant out of the Czech Glass satin leaves that we have. You may recall that we used them back in the Lakeside design kit. So they're right here. And they were only in that kit, but so many of you really loved them. And we asked if we could get more, would you want more? And a lot of you said, yes, please. So we actually contacted our supplier, and I think we got the rest of them. So whatever was left, we took and we posted them online. Did they go up they might have just went up on Wednesday. And so you can now purchase some more of those. I know a lot of you loved using them. They are such a pretty color. They didn't have them in any other colors. That was the only color. So we decided to just stick with that and bring them back in. And we are going to make a fun pendant with it today. Hi, Kim. Oh, great. So Damien at Softflex Company, thank you for getting the information for the next live sale. It is Tuesday, September 7th, and it is on Facebook. So you'll find it over on the Softflex Company Facebook page. They start at noon Pacific time. And if it starts on Tuesday, it'll be open till Thursday. So you can shop anytime in between there. But the closer you can get to being there live, or if you can be there live, it's always a lot more fun. And a lot of the stuff is limited. So yeah, so the closer you can get to the live time, the better. But there's always stuff that we throw in that we have more quantity of, so that if you're shopping a little bit later, that would be a good item for you a little bit later in the week. So September 7th, mark your calendar, save the date. I'm going to be using some beads from Golem Studio today. They were in a previous live sale a couple of times ago, but I wanted to mention it because we do have some coming into the sale on September 7th, I believe. So keep your eyes out for that. A little sneak peek about Golem Studios. All right, let's turn you down to my table. Let me share a bunch of these designs with you before we get started with our tutorial today. So this is what we're going to make. We're going to make this sweet flower with the satin leaves. And then we're going to string a necklace for it. So this will make a little pendant, and then we'll do some simple stringing with the flat diamond Czech glass beads. And these are the golem beads that I was talking about. So these are the ones I picked up in a previous live sale. I don't think we're going to have the same exact style, but we will have a bunch of new styles that will make sense for the season. So excited about that. Isn't that pretty? I really hope I remember how to do it, because I made this pendant around the time of the Lakeside kit. So that would have been in June, and we're going to have to give it a go again. So before I move to that, though, I just wanted to point out some of the items we've got on sale. So here I'm using a bunch of these carrier beads. So all of these are on sale. We have 6 different colors. They are 2-hole beads. And I've made a bunch of fun bracelets with them so far. I've made this one here with the white and the vintage crystals, which these vintage Czech glass crystals are also on sale, 20% off. We've had them for a little while because we got quite a large supply in of these, but they're so pretty and they can be used like any season, any time of the year. They have a great AB finish on them. So there's one bracelet. Then this is a second bracelet, same idea with those 12 millimeter Czech glass crystals, which are vintage crystals, and the blue color, matte blue carrier beads. And then we did another one in like blues and silvers. So this was done with the beads from Summer Rain. These bigger ones are from the Summer Rain bead strand. So the 2 blue there and the blue in the center. And all of the other ones, like that silver one and these gray ones, were from the Summer Rain bead mix, which is still available. I think we just have a couple left, but you can snag that if you like it. And this is the silver carrier 2-hole beads. So really fun. Yeah, I've been definitely playing in the land of blue lately, Lydia. I am like all over the dark blues and the cobalt blue, really pretty. So those are some examples. Sarah's done a bunch of designs with the carrier beads also. I think we even have a blog that we did just showing all of the designs that we've done with these carrier beads. So those are on sale. 20% off, and they come in 6 different colors. So that was just 3 of the colors. This is 4. It's like a really fun turquoise color, which I cannot believe I haven't used yet. I almost used these today. Well, maybe they'll show up in a future design. I was on the fence. I almost used them, but then I switched it to this one today. All right, so next up, we've got these great Czech glass beads that I used in this macrame design. So they are a table cut bead, and this was the dark blue color. We had this quite a while ago, so we only have this color in now. We just brought in a strand of this aqua color. So if you're a fan of like turquoises and aquas, that's a great little bead. And it sat super nice for doing some macrame. This was done with the soft flex beading wire in the white 0.019. So those are new and 20% off. And then we've got these beads here. So this was the Summer Rain design kit. If you recall, we've got these little 3x4 rondelles in this kind of smoky crystal color. that I used right here. So we don't have this particular color, but we did get the same shape and faceted just like this, but it is a smoky AB. So it'll be smoky like this with an AB finish on it. Really pretty. I think James is going to send me one of those, so I'll share it in a future design. And we also got it in a clear, so more of a crystal clear color without that smokiness on there. Those are brand new. Here they are again in the smoky color going up the back. And on sale, and oh, here they are again. I used them in this this macrame design as well. So you'll see this really shows kind of the shape well. And that's using the blue topaz soft flex wire. I've done a bunch of macrame lately, haven't I? In that macrame knot. Okay, next up, I wanted to share all of the flat diamonds. So the only color that we sold out of is this turquoise color. So this one is no longer available, but you'll see, look how cute this shape is for just a very simple earring. That's why I wanted to share it. We did that with a very elegant, simple necklace design in one of the Great Bead extravaganzas. So that's the turquoise color, which that one sold out. The red is the next to go. There was only about 8 strands left of the red, which is such a pretty red. I was going to actually pair this with the turquoise. That's what I was thinking about. So red and turquoise is such a fun color combination. So this one's about 8 strands left, and then that one will be gone. And then we also have got the purple. This is the purple opal. Also made cute little earrings with that one. And this is what I used for the pink opal, which I love this design. We did this a while ago, maybe around Valentine's Day-ish, I think. But I just love this really soft opal-y pink with the garnets and the gold. Such a pretty design. They remind me of rose quartz in this color because they're like a real soft pink. And again, they make a great little pair of earrings. And today we're going to use the chartreuse color, which is shocking that I haven't used this one yet because this is my favorite color out of all of them. I just love this kind of green. It just makes me happy. So it's surprising that I waited so long, but it ended up being perfect. A perfect match for these little Golem Studio ceramic beads and with that blue for the leaves. So it waited around for just the right design. This is that lakeside design. So this is another way of you can use these leaves, just sort of stringing them on your neck and letting them kind of float around. And then today we're going to try and make this pendant together. Saving the best for last. Yeah. So before I go any further, I do want to share this Full Bloom into Wellness creative retreat that I'm involved in. And if you got our emails, you might have seen it. It is a creative retreat with 12 different entrepreneurs, and it's all about blooming into wellness and just really tapping into your creative spirit. I share this really fun tutorial with you during that retreat. It is free. You just sign up for it, and it starts September 2nd. And I share how to make this fun little wall hanging that has a quote by Rumi on the back, and we talk a little bit about what brings us joy, and I share how to add these little beads to the front and the top. So if you want to check that out, Softflex just shared the link. It's called Full Bloom into Wellness, and then use the /Kristen for me. And you can just take a look, and if it interests you, sign up and check it out. Hi, Gail Marie. Awesome to see you. So let's talk about our supplies for this project today. So I'm using the satin leaves, the Czech Glass satin leaves, which you can find at softflexcompany.com. I've got the flat diamonds in the chartreuse color. I have 2 of these Golem lentil beads as accents off to the side, and this is the daisies. And we don't have those at our site. You may be able to find them at Golem Studios. I think they have an Etsy shop, so you may be able to find them there or at their own website. Thanks for sharing that, Damien. There you go, Golem Design Studio. It's where you can find those kind of beads. And then all of these I have in here, I just kind of went through my stash of some of our past Czech Glass mixes and pulled out all of the little tiny yellows and some whites. And I went through, if you happen to have any of these, I went through the Pantone Dual Mix, which had the gray and the yellow. I went through our last year's candy corn mix, and I pulled out all of the yellow from there. And then this one was our spring fling mix, and I pulled out all of the yellow from there. And I just put them in this little bowl because I knew I wanted to use some yellow highlights in there. So they're just some random Czech Glass, small little yellow beads. I ended up using all of these discs. So I searched for these discs in all of those little mixes, and they are a fun little pop. And these are my leftovers from the Lakeside strands that came in the kit. And then we also did sell them. They were like a little 3x4 rondelle. We did sell them on the website shortly after that GBE event. We are totally sold out now, but that's what I'm putting in between the olive. And I just love these colors. That green, the light blue, and the yellow are just so fun and fresh. Yeah, Danielle Marie is saying, I love that gorgeous olive. It's super pretty. Thanks for being here, Danielle. Nice to see you. Everyone is loving the knotting tutorial you did with us last week. We've just gotten so many wonderful comments, and just such a great technique. So thank you for being here with us. We really, really loved learning that. If any of you missed it, you can catch the replay over on the Softflex Company Facebook page under videos or on our YouTube channel. And it was a beading party with Danielle Wicks from John Bead. Okay, so let's see how to make our pendant first. I'm just going to take those apart. I'll leave this half strung. And show you a little bit about what I did. So I took 5 of those leaves, and I had one little bicone Czech glass that I put in the center. This is a little crimp tube that I used the magical crimping pliers on. And then I used Softflex wire to go around all of the beads, and then made this loop, and then went out through here. So let's see if I can remember how to do it again. Yeah, it's really pretty. And I know one of our VIB members posted something just like it. I think it was Rosalinda. Forgive me if I'm misquoting, but for some reason I believe that's who it was. And so here I used the dark blue lapis color because that's what we were using with the Lakeside kit. But I no longer feel like that's the right color to use. On here, I used the Chrysoprase, which is really quite nice. It's like a soft green. But I pulled out all of these to see which one do you think makes the most sense with this? It's going to go, that's the Chrysoprase. That's what I used here. And I think that's really pretty. I could go with the yellow. It was you, Rosalinda. Oh, good. Rosalinda Cruz says, yes, it was. And she still wants to try and make a video or take pictures. Yes, please do. It was such a great little pendant. I was like, I have to try it. We didn't talk about how she did it. And I just tried it on my own. And it turned out I did it the same way I think you did it. There's the yellow. I could go with the dark blue or the white. Becky says green or yellow. Karen says the light green. Yeah, I feel like the light green actually works. So I'll go like this too, just so we can see. Like the light green kind of fades a little bit, which is a little nice when you get. So we've got another yellow or green, white or green. So it looks like green is in the lead, which is always okay with me. Rosalinda said she bought more leaves in different colors to make more. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we were disappointed we couldn't find any other colors because it would have been fun to bring in a bunch of different colors with these leaves. But our supplier did have some other leaves in other colors, but they weren't quite the same. And I really felt like this was special. Hi, Julie. Lauren says green too. So we definitely have the most votes for green. So I'm going to take out some green wire. This is Soft Flex Medium 0.019 in the Chrysoprase or Chrysoprase color, which is just a very light green. And I'm going to take about, I don't want to run out. I'm sure this is plenty, but I'll probably take about 8 inches out. And now here is the sad part. I'm going to have to cut this and remember what I did. And I feel like I went through this one twice. All right, moment of truth. Yep, that looks like it went through 2 times. And this is really in there. So I really got that in there. All right. Hi, Susie. Welcome. Maria says green too. So I'm going to start with this one. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm stringing all my leaves on in the same direction. because these have like a little curve, so I want all my curves to match. All right, and now I'm going to take one end and go back through my first one. And I might need a little help. Just use my pliers to push my wire through, and then I'm just going to pull it the other side. So there we have our shape. Step one is done. Now we're going to get a crimp. And I'm going to use a 2x2 crimp tube in sterling silver. We sell these at softflexcompany.com. They are double the wall thickness of most on the market, and they are seamless, really good quality. And I'm torn on whether or not I'm going to put a closed jump ring. I did find I had to put a jump ring on my little pendant to go on here. So I think I'm going to add a closed jump ring this time. And if it doesn't work, I guess I can always cut it free, but it's nice to use a closed one when you can. So I'm going to grab that. And I want to make sure I have enough space. Yeah, I definitely have enough. Okay. Susan says she thinks she has some of these leaves in her stash and some soft flex. She's going to give this a try. Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to put both my wires through my crimp tube. Pull it down. I want it to be in the back. Like that. So behind the curve, I want the curves to be in the front. And then I'm going to add on a little closed jump ring. This is a 5mm closed jump ring. And then I'm going to take the wire that has the jump ring on it back down through that crimp one more time. And you might need your pliers to grab the end and just pull that down. Here we go. So I find when I made my loop is hanging this way, and I want it to hang this way on my necklace. So I noticed this got a little bit loose. I'm going to try and tighten that up. Let's see, I might have did too many things at this point to tighten it. Let's see if I can wrangle that. That's better. All right, so what's going to happen next is I'm going to crimp there, and then I'm going to take this longer wire that's coming down the back, and I'm going to feed that through the center here. So using my crimping pliers, I'm going to go ahead and crimp, making sure to center that crimp right into my magical crimpers. It'll make a pinched ravioli. And then I'll do it 90 degrees back in the center and go around a few more times. And you can always use a regular crimping plier. This one's on the back too, so you're not really going to see it. And then I'm going to trim off this wire that's sticking up. And grab a hold of it. Trim that off. And then here's the one that was coming down that I fed through the center. And so it's coming out that way. And so for this one, I'm just going to add this little bicone. You can add in any other kind of Czech glass bead you have. Right in the center there. I am using a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube, Karen. Karen is asking what size crimping tube. So a 2x2 millimeter. And the magical crimping pliers and the 0.019 Softflex medium beading wire. Yeah, that's true. The leaves are beautiful. They would be nice as just a necklace, earring, or dangle on a bookmark. Yeah, great idea. So many uses for it. I know when I made it originally, I just sort of stuck it in my cabinet and wasn't sure exactly how I was going to use it. Okay, so what I did there is, let me just show you again. So this is coming out of the center and it's only got one strand. So you really need to have two strands for the crimp to be crimped properly. I could go back down if I want to. I don't know if it goes into the, I don't know if it goes back into the bead, but you could go back down if you wanted to and create a loop, or you can just cut a little piece of dummy wire and stick that in so that you've got two wires running through that crimp tube. And I want to get my crimp tube and my bead, just kind of push it towards my leaves so that I've got it nice and taut as much as I can. And go ahead and get that crimp right in the center. Give it a squeeze. Turn your pliers 90 degrees, keeping that crimp in the center. Give it a squeeze again. And then I'm just going to roll around a few times. And then I can trim off this tail in this direction. And you could, even if you wanted to, you actually could add a few more wires in here and make kind of like some little pistils, which could be cute. So if I wanted to keep and create little pistils, I could do that. But for this design, I'm just going to go and come close to the crimp and trim it off. And there you have your little flower. So we'll use that as our pendant to string our necklace. And again, I'm going to use the same chrysoprase color wire, and I'm going to cut about 20 or so inches. I preferred this design a little bit shorter on my neck so that the flower kind of pushes against your chest and lays a little nicer. That's what I found anyway. And I'm not using this strand here because it was just a short little strand. It wasn't a full size. So you can start string through your jump ring and then add, start to add your Czech Glass beads on each side. It does. Karen says with the wire sticking out, it looks like a hibiscus flower. Yeah, you can even add a bunch in there. You can get 3 strands of beading wire through here, so that would probably be the most that you can have kind of sticking out, but very cute. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining us. So I'm just going to add these yellow discs, these Czech Glass little yellow discs as my spacer beads on either side. And then I've got my Golem Studio ceramic bead on either side. And then back to the flat diamonds. Oh, I almost forgot. Almost forgot the little pop of yellow. And you can obviously change out these colors if you don't want all of that yellow in there, or if you have something different in mind. You can swap those out. And then I'm going to use these little 3x4 blue rondelles in between going up the sides. And again, these are from the Lakeside kit, and then we also did sell them for a little while at softflexcompany.com before they sold out. But you can still get the flat diamonds, you can still get the satin leaves, and you can still get a ton of other really pretty Czech glass that we just added. I love the little flowers. There's some teeny little flowers in like aqua and tanzanite, I think is the other color. Yeah. That are gorgeous. The aqua's almost gone. I think we only had a handful left, maybe like 3. And then we had a few of the tanzanite left too. Okay, let's see what I've got left here. 1, 2, 3. So 4 of each on those and 1 extra of these. So I'll take that away. And I think what I'll do is go 4 yellow and then do another of the blue. I love stacking these little saucers They're so cute when they're stacked together like that. I'll just put a stopper on one end, finish off here. That light green was really quite nice on this pendant because it sort of disappears. You don't see it as much as you were seeing the dark blue color that I had there originally. All right, let me see how long this is. I have a feeling I have to add a little bit more. Hi, Emily with Motocrafts. Welcome. Yeah, so I can either crimp it here. This is only at about 11 inches. So I can either crimp it here and let my wire just fade up the back. It's totally doable. Or I can go through and add some more of these little yellow beads that we got here. Let's see how far I can go. And like I said, this was just a hodgepodge of yellow Czech glass that I pulled out from 3 different mixes that we have had in the past. The Pantone Duo mix, the Spring Fling mix, and what was the other one? The Halloween candy corn mix. Lydia says, crimp and let the wire show. It is always nice to do that. Oh, I have a lot of this shape and that shape. I've been really having fun with making patterns with the Czech glass where I pick a shape and I just let that go until I'm run out of those beads and then move on to another shape. It's kind of been a thing I've been doing lately. Ooh, this one must be a little bit dirty. Can't get through there. Some stuff in there. All right, so let me go to 2 and 2 of the round. And then I'll do two and 2 of the oval. This is going to give it more of a yellow vibe, isn't it, though? By putting these in here. Definitely getting more yellow. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. All right, let's see where I'm at here. I might still let the wire show depending on where this lays. So it's still not quite filled in, but it's back on my neck far enough that I feel like it's a little strange to stop here. You know, you either have to go, I feel like you have to either go all in and go all the way to your clasp with beads, or you got to decide to stop earlier, because otherwise this was kind of back towards the back of my neck. You weren't really going to see it, and that feels a little odd. Don't you agree? Karen says, now use one blue on each side. I don't have any more blue. I just have the one that's here. So I could take that blue out and add it there. So I could go back. I could just go back to this and put a crimp there, and that'll let a little bit of the wire show. I think that makes more sense unless I go all the way up with beads. So those are your two options. I think I'm going to pull these away and crimp. And just let the wire show. And get two little extra pieces so that I can create my crimp. And I'm just going to crimp on this side with the bead stopper, not crimp, but just stop it with the bead stopper so that I don't accidentally lift this up and totally drop them all. And the other thing I want to do is make sure I'm in the center. I am not quite in the center right now. So I want to make sure that I am centering my beads before I crimp. You don't want to all of a sudden crimp and then realize you've got your necklace all lopsided, right? So. I'm going to pick up my magical crimping pliers. I like to use it with the number side facing out. It just for some reason works well for me like that. Grab that crimp tube and place it in the center notch of your crimping pliers. And before you squeeze it, make sure you feel confident that you've got it in the center. Then give it a good squeeze. It'll pinch your four corners. If it didn't pinch your four corners, you were a little off center. And that can sometimes be fixed if it's just slightly off, but most of the time it means your crimp is not going to look as pretty. In that case, you can always add a crimp cover on top if needed. So it is nice to still have some crimp covers on hand. And now I can do my other side. And then lastly, just add a clasp at the back, which I'll probably do after the video because I didn't even pull out any clasps today. So I'm not sure what I've got. So same thing, I strung on my crimp tube and then I slid on a little extra wire. You can even do this with the little micro crimps if you wanted to. You don't have to use the 2x2. I'm using a 2x2 with the magical crimping pliers today, but you can also do the micro crimps, which are the 1x1s, and use the micro crimper, and that'll make a teeny tiny little crimp. And you can do that just on the one strand without having to put that second strand through. Well, Susan says, glad you caught that. I've made that mistake. Yeah, it's easy to get kind of hyper focused, right, on the one thing you're doing and forget to take a step back and be like, oh, wait a minute, is everything positioned right? And in retrospect of the entire design. I've definitely done that too, which is why I thought, oh, hold on, don't crimp yet until you make sure your beads are in the center and you have an equal amount of space on the back end to go towards your clasp. So now I'll just, at the end here, I would just add my clasp and crimp it as usual back there. So I'll do that after the video and then share it in the VIB group. So if you're not in our Softflex VIB group, come join us. It's on Facebook. It's a great group. We have thousands of people now in there, sharing what they're working on and all sorts of fun tips. And it's really a wonderful community that encourages one another and shares lots of tips and ideas about how to work with Softflex and all of the beads that we sell. I really think this is so cute. I'm glad I got to do this before it kind of officially moved into fall too, because this is a very summery, springy necklace design, and I kind of squeaked in here before we totally jump into our fall designs, which is coming up fairly quickly, isn't it? Oh, Karen says, once I was almost finished and then I had to string the whole thing. And Gail says, very pretty design. I love the colors. Thank you, Gail. Yeah, Karen, I know, it's always disheartening when you get to the point and you have to like restring it all. I've had to do that a lot of times, actually, for these videos. Not today, since I had already worked on this little flower in the past, but usually for my videos, I tend to restring things at least a time or two so I know what I'm doing before I get on here. Thank you, everyone. So I'm just going to pop back up to me here. And since it's all crimped and I don't have to worry about it falling, I can pick it up and just give you a little example. Let's make sure I pull on the right side here. Oh, I'm always doing it. I'm always doing it backwards. There we go. Super cute. Oh, did you, Julie? Yeah, I could imagine you did, because we're like on the same place. I love all of the designs Julie's making right now. I don't know if you've shared them in VIB or not, or I'm just seeing them posted elsewhere, but she has been recreating some of the jewelry from Grace and Frankie, which is one of my favorite shows, and I just absolutely adore Frankie's jewelry. So it's been really fun to see what you come up with. And are you going to keep that going, Julie? Are you going to make it a little challenge for the season? I know we had like 4 episodes as a teaser, and it might be a while before we get the rest of them. But you guys don't watch Grace and Frankie. Oh, I just love them. And Frankie has the best jewelry. She wears really statement pieces. They're just phenomenal. And Julie says, yes. Thanks, Kristen. I will definitely make more. Sweet. I can't wait to see. So fun. So yeah, there you have it. So that was our little pendant today. Great little design with the Czech Glass leaves. All of the Czech Glass beads and the buttons are 20% off through till tomorrow at midnight Pacific time. So go ahead and check out everything that's going on over there. Our next live sale is Tuesday, September 7th. We will have some more of those Golem ceramic beads to take a look at, a whole slew for the new season. So excited about those. And we have Kit Day. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention it, but we have Kit Day this week on Wednesday with Sarah, and that is at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And there's going to be a special guest. You're not going to want to miss it. It's not going to be me. It'll be someone else. So I'm really excited. We're going to have a special guest on Wednesday. So be sure to check that out. And thanks for sharing one more time, Full Bloom into Wellness. If you want to check out what that is, it's a free creative retreat. And I'm one of the guests, I guess you'd say. Yeah, guests. And then I also share the tutorial on how to make this sweet little wall hanging, little quote on the back. So be sure to check that out. It's free, and it is the weekend of September 2nd. All right, everyone. See you soon. I'll be back here next Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, for another episode of Free Spirit Beading. Until then, happy beading. Have a great week. Bye.